Hey, what's going on, you guys? Hey, welcome back to another episode with iTrack. Big shout out to all the iTrack fam tapping in yet again. As usual, I have a handful of interesting and creepy TikToks for us to go ahead and evaluate for ourselves whether these are fact or fake. In a world full of AI misinformation, let's go ahead and put our thinking caps on and get straight into it. But before we do that, go ahead and smash that like button for me. Smash that subscribe button. Join the iTrack fam. Let's jump straight into it.
5 солнц. Раз. Два. Три. 4. 5. И радуга над нами.
Y'all, I am pretty sure I just saw the face of the devil himself. Watch this and tell me I'm wrong. This is one of the creepiest things I've ever even seen. And I've been looking at this stuff for a long time. Look at this. What's that? What is that? Her eyes literally turn like white, like opaque, like barely even see through. My goodness. And really quickly, I'm gonna warn y'all right here, you better stop watching Kim Kardashian's video. There's a reason that people are watching it and saying they could not sleep after. She's literally casting spells on you. And look at this, she made the video 4 minutes and 44 seconds. And out of all the people she could have had in it, she used him. Do you remember when he was telling the truth about a lot of things? Remember when the real him used to look like this? Because all the stuff that happened to him in his childhood, well again, 444, and him being 44 years old. Just like Jay-Z's 444. Anyways, I just want to give out a warning. There is heavy dark magic on this video. I felt it without even watching the video. People keep trying to go viral by posting our videos, not understanding that you're putting curses on people. You've been warned.
That Katy Perry clip, you can definitely tell there was something going on with that. There wasn't any edits to it, no cutaways. Her face was just as stoic, but there was something else going on. And as you look into her eyes, it definitely changed white. Let me know what you think about that.
Commandments, they are taken outright from spell 125 in the Egyptian Book of the Dead. What the Book of the Dead phrased, I have not stolen, became thou shalt not steal. I have not killed, became thou shalt not kill. I have not told lies, became thou shalt not bear false witness, and so forth. In fact, the Egyptian religion is likely the primary foundational basis for the Judeo-Christian theology. Baptism, afterlife, final judgment, virgin birth, death and resurrection, crucifixion, the Ark of the Covenant, circumcision, saviors, Holy Communion, Great Flood, Easter, Christmas, Passover, and many more are all attributes of Egyptian ideas long predating.
What are the different types of beings that you guys have seen? Like, what do they look like?
My brother Jeremy and my mom have seen the ones that are very tall, and my mom has seen the ones that are very little. My sister, to my knowledge, has seen the little ones as well. So as far as I know, there are at least 2 or 3 types. As we understand them, they are non-physical. And as it was explained to me by a man named Jim Simivan, who is a CIA program director who ran the clandestine operations for the CIA. And what he told me plainly to my face is that they understand that there is a spectrum of existence throughout the universe. And that as we evolve along this spectrum, we become less physical. So we know and understand that humans are somewhere in the middle of the spectrum where we're physical, but we're also half psychic, where we have like the full capabilities of physical manifestation. And he explained to me that as you go up this continuum is where these beings come into play. And they believe that the lady being, they understand her to be a godlike race of beings that manifests reality purely from thought, and that just with the thought she could destroy or create a planet or create an entire reality. They can do anything.
I mean, definitely there are some parts of what he said I do agree with. I believe we all do have a sixth sense, and we all do have psychic abilities. Some just choose to focus on them more than others.
1992, Kathy O'Brien stood up in front of the world and predicted almost exactly what we're dealing with right now in regards to UFOs. But she was telling us to beware because there's a chance that they aren't actually aliens and it's all the result of Project Bluebeam. This was absolutely mind-blowing. Just check this shit out.
Showed me his office at General Dynamics, a then top secret stealth. Here was this triangular stuff that wasn't in any of the school books, wasn't being talked about anywhere. It looked like a spaceship to me. I'd never seen anything like that. And everything that J. Bennett Johnson was doing and he was involved in certainly was alien to me. So it was easy for me to accept the idea that what was happening was in fact being perpetrated by aliens. But what I am saying is that it was my experience that these were people claiming to be aliens. If there's a reality out there pertaining to any alien influence, we need to sort out the government misinformation and disinformation and mind manipulation techniques that they're using. I know for a fact that the plan is to make all of us feel totally helpless, that what's happening is beyond our realm to affect because we've been taken over by aliens, that our Independence Day is dawning.
If what she's saying is true, it validates what Elon's talking about when he says he's never seen an alien. All the satellites he's put up, he's never had to maneuver around any kind of UFO or anything like that. So that's pretty wild in itself.
Anybody got an iPhone, they got Siri. Let me tell you something. Siri knows everything that you be talking about. So I left my wallet at home, right? So I texted my wife and said, take the wallet with you to work. And when I get off, I come by and get it, right? My wife had sent me a text. So right after she texted me, she called me. She said, baby, did you know that while I was sending your text, Siri told me, don't forget your husband's wallet? Man, she said they kind of scared her, like, what kind of message did how Siri know my conversation? Man, y'all better be careful with this Siri stuff. That thing too nosy.
Wouldn't it be crazy if the CIA just released documents, like on Christmas Day, saying that there were aliens and pyramids on Mars? Yeah, so secret files reveal pyramids and people were on Mars way back decades ago. Hidden deep in the declassified CIA files is Mars Exploration, May 22nd, 1984, a project aiming to uncover Mars mysteries. Wouldn't it be crazy if the CIA agents used astral projection in order to see what was going on Mars? For anyone unaware, earlier this year, the CIA released a file saying that astral projection's real and we're pretty much living in a simulation. Just accept it, let's move on. A participant described large pyramids on Mars. And they encountered very tall, thin people, giants, Nephilim, who knows? And apparently these Anunnaki individuals fled Mars. This was all part of Project Stargate. Have yourselves a Merry Christmas.
My absolute favorite type of information, because we can go do our own homework and see if it's cap or not. But I wouldn't put it past the CIA because they tend to cover up a lot of things and give us just the tidbits. But hey, go do your homework.
The first prediction is that Ivanka Trump, Donald Trump's daughter, will express some kind of interest in running for president in 2028. Just like what happened in 2016 in the episode where Homer Simpson wears a badge which says Ivanka 2028. The second prediction for 2025 is that Big Ben, the most iconic clock in the world, will go digital, just like what was shown in the 1995 Simpsons episode called Lisa's Wedding. Number 3, a state-of-the-art pet translator will arrive in 2025, allowing conversations between pets and their owners, just like the 2004 episode Pearly Riders, where Professor Frank invents a device which is able to translate a dog's thoughts into speech. Our fourth prediction comes from a 1996 episode of The Simpsons where Homer recalls an invention that applies makeup in 1 second. So ChatGPT suggested to me that such an invention might be capable of automating makeup in one quick application, and this will be on our markets and in our shops and stores by 2025. And the fifth prediction for 2025 from The Simpsons is that virtual weddings will begin to happen, just like what was portrayed in the 1995 episode where characters wore VR headsets. Okay, so perhaps we will start seeing hologram weddings and metaverse ceremonies in the coming year. And guys, Guys, between you and me, I received so many more predictions from ChatGPT on what the Simpsons might have predicted for 2025, like hover cars and space colonization on Mars. There was also a prediction that all libraries are going to be shut down and turned into tech support centers. Another bonkers suggestion was that we will have our first robot-run theme park. And there was many, many more. But as I keep saying, these are just for fun. They're just speculative. And let's be honest, guys, come on. If we were to make enough episodes, if anyone was to cover enough wide varieties of topics with different themes, some of them were bound to come true eventually. Now again, I do admit some of them are so uncanny that you do wonder what is going on here.
I definitely have videos of the actual creator of The Simpsons saying it was just a coincidence, but we have been lied to before. So let's just sit back and watch and see if any of this comes true or not.
Did y'all ever see the clip with Sinbad speaking about the Shazam movie? Hey, all I gotta say is, brother, like he was dead ass serious. If y'all ain't seen that, man, take a look at this right here. Crazy.
I just want to say I'm embarrassed because I've been telling people I never did Shazam, and people always walk up on me, and I'm just going to tell you what happened. I did do Shazam. I'm not proud of it when I did Shazam. I was doing a lot of crack. I was staying in crack houses, and I did Shazam for crack money. I knew it wasn't going to be a great movie because I have no genie skills. I think most movies, you have to bring something out of yourself, and I've never been a genie or had magical powers. It was a learning process for me as I was doing this movie, just getting into the lamp. I took a lot of yoga, a lot of Crisco oil to slide up into that lamp. So, I injured myself. I had a rotator cuff injury, but I'm not crying. I'm not crying because I'm tough. For those who said, hey, you saw Shazam when I was growing up, yeah, you did. It did exist. It took a lot of government intervention to get those videos out of people's homes and out of the video stores. I'm lucky because I'm ex-military, ex-special forces. So we were able to do a lot of mind control stuff to get those videotapes away from people. There's 3 tapes left. There are 3 Shazam videos still out there we did not find. And if we find you, we're going to kill you. And I just want you to know that. I want you to be aware of that because I felt bad that you didn't know you're on a hit list. And I'm ashamed. I'm totally ashamed of that. But I'm just saying, if you have that Shazam video, you're on a short list to have an assassin come to your house. So I'm not telling you what to do. I'm not saying, hey, if you want to post it on Twitter or something, say, hey, I got the video. But that means your whole family's gone. And I'm just trying to put that out there because I feel bad because of my weakness, not admitting that I did Shazam when I was in a bad space in my life. I was in a bad place in my life. And I just want to tell people it gets better. It gets better. All right? You hang in.
Now that's what you call a professional capper. I definitely believe he was hooked on some kind of substance. I believe that part. But I don't believe the CIA or the government's going to look for people that have that VHS on them. You know what I mean? In fact, I might know a few people that still have that Shazam movie. I'd never seen it, but hey, nice try, Sinbad.
Black herbalist lady in Jamaica who's 140. She's all over TikTok now. And the thing is, they don't talk about it. She just does herbs.
So no food?
No food, just herbs.
Wow.
She's an herbalist. She looks really skinny, but she stands up, walks, doesn't fall. Equilibrium's completely fine.
You partake in any herbalism yourself?
Absolutely. Herbs are for healing. You don't need to supplement anything other than minerals. If your organs are functioning, your body will do everything it needs to do. That's what I found.
I definitely have that video with the lady who says she's 140. It goes deeper than herbal. She says she works with the moon and only does certain things on certain times. It's a lot deeper than that, but definitely a good watch.
Power transmission stopped today at an undersea power cable in the Baltic Sea that links Finland and Estonia, and an investigation into the incident is currently underway. Last month, 2 other undersea data cables were cut, one running between Finland and Germany, and the other between Lithuania and Sweden. Authorities in the region are on high alert for any potential acts of sabotage.
He's a fall guy right now. It's not one celebrity that he hung with is speaking up for him. Snoop and Puffy was so close. Closer than most.
Really?
They would do things together and party together and do things that it was uncomfortable for 2 men to be that way. Trey, Russell Simmons,
You think
everybody knew what Puffy did. This the big question is this. It's not one person didn't know that Puffy was Usher. It's not one person didn't know what the saddest thing in the world is what they did to Justin Bieber.
What was that?
That's sad.
What'd they do to him? Because there's a lot of speculation out there, but nobody. I mean, I've heard things, but what did they really do to him
That's with him.
when he was a kid?
I hate to say that. But I hate to say that because I really like Justin Bieber. I feel bad for Justin Bieber. And this wouldn't have happened if Justin Bieber came from a wealthy family.
Police have been discovering packages in the woods, all intentionally left by delivery drivers. They found a large stash of about 80 unopened Amazon packages in Lakeville, Massachusetts, 2 nights ago. Police say an Amazon driver left the packages on the side of the road because she was too stressed. The officer contacted the local Amazon distribution center and returned the items. No charges are being filed. The Amazon driver was reportedly going to contact her manager about the incident.
Hey, see, when you're doing stuff like that, you're making those AI robots look real good right about now. I feel for all the people that are in Boston right now looking for their package, man. That's crazy.
This guy knows too much, as when this interviewer went up to him to ask how much he paid for his house back in the day, he started exposing the truth about what happened in 1913.
How much did you pay for your first house?
$18,000 with 17 acres.
What year?
1989. When I was a kid, cars were thousands of dollars. A brand new car, like, I don't know, $5,000. I remember seeing ads. Houses were probably, what, $10,000, $20,000 when I was a kid. A dollar used to actually be worth something. But what happened? You know what happened in 1913? Federal Reserve. Look at a dollar bill. Federal Reserve note. Okay? Who's the Federal Reserve? This is their money. Right? Who are they? Are they feds? Are they part of the government? Are they a private organization? Are they run by banksters out of Europe? Look back in 1913. See what happened.
I'm gonna look into it. We got to say.
Look at the money. Look up Federal Reserve. It's on your dollar bill. What does it mean? Who is it? Who started it? Are they us? Are they the U.S. government, or are they something else? Big deal, man.
Hey, it's one thing for you to hear somebody say it, but it will mean so much more when you go and do your own homework.
Sent him to federal prison. He's going to be in the special side with all the important people who are quote unquote protected. Guess who else is in federal prison in New York? Your boy Diddy. Hear me out. You have Karen, who is now Luigi's attorney. Karen's husband is Diddy's attorney. They now have 2 clients in the same federal prison taking federal charges. Diddy is a liability to a lot of people with money. Some would argue that Diddy can't be touched. No Diddy. Some would argue he can't be touched in federal prison under security of a highly plush, relaxed, comfortable setting. They got cots and yachts in there. One could argue that Diddy can't be touched. You would have to literally send an assassin in to take him out.
Never guess what I heard in the background of this audio. Alright, let's see what we got going on this Christmas Eve. First, we have the Pope opening his ritual doors. I don't know about y'all, but I got a super eerie feeling. Look at his face. He looks like he knows there's something dark in there. You cannot tell me that's not the face. He's looking like, wait, there's something bad in here, and he knows it. He just opened the door to let it out, whatever it was. When I was hearing, like, the background, it almost seemed like there was something... Actually, I'll let you hear it, and you tell me if you can hear it. That literally sounded like souls in hell, like crying up from hell. I guarantee you'll hear it if you keep trying to hear it. Again, y'all cannot tell me you did not hear that. But people who refuse to believe anything weird as foot, they'll say, oh, I didn't hear nothing, you're tripping. And meanwhile, literal portals to hell are being opened, the abyssos, someone forgot to put their bird on the charger. It's a real video.
Something. Oh my God. Oh my God. I hope you can hear this. It sounds like gorillas fighting in the tree. They're breaking limbs bigger around than me.
I've never seen anything like it in my life. This is the second time I've come over here. And the first time when I got up under them trying to figure out what it was, they started breaking limbs off and throwing them at me. And I still cannot figure out what it is. Look, they're ruining this freaking place. What in God's name is it? It's bigger than me, whatever it is. Because it's breaking limbs off that it would take me 2 minutes to...
Jay-Z should have kept his... Because everybody in the industry, they not going to tell you. They not going to get out and say nothing because we have this no snitching, no telling the truth, or don't say nothing type of culture. But everybody know in the industry that Jay-Z was talking to young girls. See, I know in 99 and early 2000, he was dealing with Beyonce. I didn't know Jay-Z was 30 years old, though. And Beyonce was 17 and 18. See, Jack could have told it, but I saw it personally. I was there at the clubs, at Eugene's, at the next games. Or Miss Gaines somebody say, yeah, that's too old, Gene. Or he that old. She's 17, 18 years old. This nigga in his 30s.
U.S. Army officer reveals we are at war with extraterrestrials. Last night, a shocking video emerged. Major Thomas Caldwell, a respected U.S. Army officer, warned, "We are at war with extraterrestrials and we cannot win." With a trembling voice, Caldwell claimed the government has confirmed an alien invasion. Reports of drones, objects with no thermal signature and impossible movements have flooded the U.S., seen near military bases and restricted areas, including Washington, D.C. These drones are probes, Caldwell revealed, sent by an extraterrestrial force already occupying remote areas. He described attacks in Arizona and Montana disguised as training accidents, with hundreds of soldiers disappearing. "They're studying our weaknesses," he warned. "The drones are just the beginning." Caldwell urged people to prepare, find shelter, and avoid cities, stating the government's silence hides impending chaos. The video was deleted, but continues circulating. Strange lights in the sky leave one haunting question. Are we ready for what's coming? Go to the profile and watch part 2 before it's removed.
Since we don't know exactly what the facts are, the two best theories I've heard so far on the net are those drones are there to scan for like any kind of presence of nuclear bombs or anything like that. And then the second is what she just said, any kind of extraterrestrial life, looking at any kind of weaknesses that we might have.
I told you New Year's Day is actually in March, and that January 1st is the pagan religious New Year. That's right. The idea of starting the year in January might just be pagan sun worship. The Romans dedicated New Year's Day to Janus, the god of gates, doors, and beginnings, for whom the first month of the year, January, is also named. After Julius Caesar reformed the calendar in 46 BC and was eventually unalived, the Roman Senate voted to deify him on the 1st of January. The month originally owed its name to the deity Janus, who had two faces, one looking forward and the other looking backward. I mean, do you really want to follow the new year of the oligarchs who've told you that the month beginning with Sept is the 9th month and the month beginning with OCT is the 10th month? If that's the case, then my pet octopus is missing 2 limbs. And if you think about it, starting a new year in the dead of winter, when everything is dormant and lifeless, feels strange. In ancient times, many cultures began the year in March. Why? Because that's when life starts again. It's spring, the equinox, when day and night are balanced and the earth awakens from its slumber. Crops begin to grow, animals emerge, and the world feels alive. Isn't that the perfect time for a new beginning? Either that or naturally follow the lunar calendar, which guides us through the months. In fact, before modern calendars, the new year often started with the first new moon after the spring equinox. It's a celestial marker, uniting the rhythms of the earth, the moon, and the sun into one harmonious system. It's the same with how Sunday used to be the first day of the week and Saturday used to be the day for rest. But now it's Sunday when all the shops are closed, all the banks are closed, and you're forced to take your weekly holy day dedicated to the sun. So the next time you think 12 a.m. on the 1st of January is New Year, just make sure they're not talking about you when they say April Fool. I'm going to go ahead and say this is just a joke for entertainment purposes.
I started listening to this new podcast and it is blowing my mind. It's called the Telepathy Tapes. She is doing this podcast based off this study that children with autism and nonverbal autism have telepathy.
What?
It's the wildest thing, dude. So she got in contact with this doctor and she's like, okay, well, I got to study this. And so she put like her credibility on the line, right? Because it's like, that sounds a little crazy. But she did this test, brought in hundreds of kids that were claimed to have this ability, nonverbal. And what they would do is they would put a parent in another room, the child in another room, and they would show something on the screen, whether it was a number, a picture, a color. Then they would go and the nonverbal kid would communicate on like an iPad or something. And they're 95% accurate. But apparently it's a phenomenon. Like a ton of autistic nonverbal kids somehow have this gift of telepathy.
How is that possible?
Gosh.
I don't know.
That just confirms that it legitimate is a superpower. Like that, like that's just like
real.
There's just more you look into it. Like it really is interesting.
People say, how are things going? You say, wonderful. You say, how's life? You say, terrific. You say, how's your relationship? Couldn't be better. How is your health? How are you feeling? I feel great. In other words, don't talk about negative things, because when you talk about negative things, you actually increase them and you draw more of them into your life. Look at the people that you know who have problems. You notice the people that you know who have problems all the time, never seem to solve their problems? Are people who talk about their problems all the time? To him that hath shall more be given. From him who hath not, even that which he has shall be taken away. Each of us has a certain amount of suffering that we've gone through, and people fall in love with their suffering. Most people are very reluctant to give up their suffering. You can't talk them out of it. You say, well, why don't you just forget it? Why don't you just put it behind you? Why don't you just get on with it? They say, well, I can't do that. Do you know how much I've suffered? Do you know how much emotional investment I put into this relationship, this job, this career, and so on? It's when somebody comes up to you and wants to talk to you about their problems. You say yes, and you be sympathetic and empathetic. It's very good to hear people and let them talk out their problems. And they'll lay out all their problems to you, and all you say to them is this. You say, well, what do you think you should do about it?
Hey, he definitely wasn't lying about that. A lot of people love to hang on to excess baggage or the things that don't serve them. And that was all facts. That was all legit.
Create a pretend world. We are a global production company. We write the screenplay. We're the directors. We're the producers. We're the main actors. The world is our stage.
This is Mossad's old office. Its motto from Proverbs 24:6 says in so many words, wage war through deception and trickery.
A lot of people believe that if the FDA approves a product, that it's safe, it's good to go, good as gold, right? And we can break it down by sectors. If you look at the pharmaceutical sector, roughly 30% of drugs that get FDA approval will be recalled or have a label change. 30%. I already told you less than 2% of the adverse events even get reported, which is just insanity. And so I know the pharmaceutical space. Med device, when I say it's the Wild West, 90% of the products that go into the operating room have never had a human safety study.
And these are the majority of the pharmaceuticals that we see on our shelves today. So let you know you can't believe everything that you see.
Grammy award-winning producer Swizz Beatz finds himself in the middle of a multi-billion-dollar fraud case out of Malaysia. Swizz Beatz, whose name is Kasim Dean, has been making hits since 1998. He's produced songs for artists like Jay-Z, Kanye, DMX, Drake, Chris Brown, and even Mary J. Blige. He co-created the Battle Series Versus. He has an art collection worth tens of millions of dollars, and he's been incredibly successful with his brand deals, including his big Bacardi deal where he earned over $15 million. He's worth over $150 million. And just when you thought he had it all, did I mention that he's also married to the 15-time Grammy award-winning Alicia Keys. Swizz is living his best life. Unfortunately, Swizz found himself right in the middle of a multi-billion-dollar fraud case coming out of Malaysia. And he's been accused of receiving over $7.3 million in stolen funds from a Malaysian businessman named Jolo. So what's really going on? Well, a lawsuit was filed in October of this year that alleges Swizz Beatz was gifted millions of dollars by the now international fugitive Jolo, who's accused of actually masterminding this multi-billion-dollar fraud case coming out of Malaysia. Now, according to the lawsuit, Swizz received millions of dollars from the misappropriated funds from Jolo. And it seems that Jolo had access to a fund that was intended to be used to finance projects to benefit the Malaysian people, and Jolo was using those funds as his personal slush fund. He diverted millions and billions of dollars into luxury properties, fine art, and extravagant events. Jolo is a Malaysian businessman and a movie financier who became a prominent figure in Hollywood for his wealth and his extravagance, his celebrity-filled parties. He was known for gifting elaborate gifts to celebrities like Leonardo DiCaprio. He also financed films such as Wolf of Wall Street and Dumb and Dumber. Now, along the way, Jolo formed a friendship with several celebrities, one of them being Swiss Beatz. Jolo was the person in charge of overseeing these large funds, such as the Malaysian State Investment Fund, that were meant for the Malaysian people. He's wanted for allegedly siphoning over $4.5 billion from the fund. He's the most wanted white-collar criminal on earth. Now, it's claimed that Jolo used these stolen funds, and he gifted Swiss Beatz with the money and expensive art. Between September 2012 and September 2014, he transferred $7.3 million of the fund to Swiss Beatz, and now they want the money back. And they're suing Swiss Beatz for $7.3 million. Swiss and his attorneys requested to dismiss the claim, indicating that he has no intention of returning these misappropriated funds to the Malaysian people. Now, if you received millions of dollars from a friend as a gift, would you give it back? Comment below and let me know your thoughts.
If I'm up $50 to $100 million and it means I might be serving some jail time, yeah, I'm going to give back $7 million. I'm going to give you your money back. Definitely. Hey, but let me know, what would you do in that situation?
I've seen a lot of crazy stuff looking at these conspiracy theories. But bro, this is literally a hand mixing up a star on a telescope. You can see this on a real telescope. That is a hand mixing up a star. That is a hand. That is literally a hand. That is a hand mixing up a star. With it just rubbing, it's just rubbing the star. It's literally just a hand rubbing the star. And you can look at this with a real telescope. This is real footage. This is just a hand mixing a star. And this is a real constellation or star they call God's hand or something. But it's literally a human hand mixing up a fucking, bro.
Jay-Z impregnated a 15-year-old. It would be over.
If you talk to him personally, that's his son.
You think that's his son?
Yeah. First of all, Jay-Z offered him money. At first, he offered them bread, like, and everything, but his aunt didn't, like, approve of it. She said, no, you know, Jay-Z got a lien on her house, all type of shit that was going on. The lady put up paperwork and everything with his name on it and all that. I mean, but Young Boy's so thorough, though, he just wanted dad. He not trying to get no money. He not trying to do none of that. But something happened to him, and I was like, yo, that sound kind of weird. He said he was coming out from work, going to work, and there was a gun in his car. Like, when he opened the door, he seen the gun. He said he went to go, like, call his man, like, yo, did you leave a gun in my car? His man's like, no. He said, why you on the phone talking to his man? The cops pull up and lock him up. He said, he's telling the cops, no, that's not my gun. He's like, so he went in the building he was in, and they seen that somebody pulled up and put the guns in his car.
Oh.
And pulled off. I said, bro, I don't know nobody in the hood that got guns to just waste like that to do that. I don't know what. He's like, yeah, you know, so like Jay-Z had a gag order against him, like trying to get a gag order and try to. If my thing is, if this is not my son, I'll just take a test, get over with.
Yeah.
I mean, the fact that you dodged it and whatever, to me, I don't know. I think his mom was underage or something when he was born, so I think that's probably.
Oh.
Yeah, I think that's probably part of it.
Yeah.
She was 15 when she had him.
Oh. How old was Jay?
Like 20-something, I guess.
Oh.
Like 20, probably early 20, like 24.
We don't know if it's true. This is just
but I'm saying he took the DNA thing with the was ancestry type shit. I think he got like somebody popped up on it, like, you know, because you know he got different kids that's in different places. Fuck it, you my kid. I got so much money. I don't give a fuck if you my kid or not.
You get some sperm. You get some sperm.
No,
you get some
kid,
sperm.
I'm saying, if you are my kid, I fucked your mom. You my kid. Even if I want to be around you, don't want to see you, don't want to. If I want the world to know.
Jay-Z impregnated a 15-year-old.
But Vlad, think about this.
Yo, it would be over.
But you already got your
no more Super Bowl.
But you already won.
You already won. But look, Diddy already won, and look where he's at right now.
So what do you think? Like, but that's statute of limitations. I mean, that wouldn't even.
Yeah, it is a wrap. Definitely a wrap. I wouldn't want to trade places with him. I ain't gonna lie to you. Well, you guys, hey, that's another one in the books. I appreciate you guys for stopping by yet again and watching another one with me. If you haven't already, go ahead and smash that like button for me. Smash that subscribe button and join the iTrack fam. And I will definitely catch you on the next one.